Hello and welcome to the dungeon. Dougal has officially stated that the new opening cinematic is books burning. So Marsland actually has books burning behind him as well, so it all just kind of fits. So welcome to the dungeon. We have everyone back with us, and Bishop is gone. He's here. He's just not here. How are you guys tonight?
Wonderful.
Dougal says, I thought it was Sailor Moon Oz.
That is not canon.
Not canon yet.
Right? It's got to be.
Right? Oh, bet. Maybe we add a new points thing that the community can state a random fact about the player and it becomes canon.
That'd be pretty cool.
I give all my points, take them all, Dougal says.
Give me.
It would be hitting that that threshold. Like it would have to be expensive, but yeah, maybe
challenge accepted.
Yeah, maybe we do add that. Bishop would love that. He already agreed to it while he was gone.
Okay. I think it'd be awesome as like it's not something that can has to like change your entire character in any way, shape, or form.
No, but if it could be something like Gwenton likes candy canes a lot. Canon.
Fun fact: I don't like candy canes.
I don't either because peppermint gives me a headache. So
I don't care for them. But yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Arson's actually illiterate and he's faking reading really well.
You're just making everything up on the spot.
He could get away with that. Mm-hmm. On that note, we do have a variety of new coin actions. If you weren't here with us Monday while we were just having an open discussion, I just recall the candy cane field and it murdered us. That was Oz, right? I think he was Oz and Gwent. The candy cane field.
Yeah. We had the Santa's workshop.
Yep.
It was a Christmas one.
Yep.
Yeah, we do have a new character specific coin things to use. So look at those over. Each one has one. And then we have some new ones in general, like Chaos and Order and the God's Rebuke. And some of them are good and some of them are bad. It's just that's what's going on. So it was death. Well, hopefully we don't have death tonight. I mean, it could happen based on where we left off, which once we go through the intro, Marsland's going to tell us where we left off. As we're
getting chased by a fish.
Has it been that long? No,
I think I was with for the session after that, and then I disappeared.
You know what? No, that was technically the last session he was in, yeah. But we ended up getting Lamar and Crow and Bren, and then we left Smyrna, and that was the last session he was in.
Wow, part-timer, but no, he's out being industrious. Have you posted any of your stuff on Instagram yet? The pictures and stuff from the trip?
Not yet, but it's coming. Keep an eye out. It's gonna be good.
Check those out. We've seen a little preview, and they're just gorgeous. He finds these weird squatchy areas to go to enjoy himself. Yeah. Hey, I mean, I climbed a waterfall when we were in Jamaica. Does that count?
Sure, I'll count it. Did you take a picture?
I do have pictures. Yep.
Nice. Then it counts.
But it wasn't just like stair step. Like you literally climbed the waterfall. So it was fun. It was fun. I did slip and fall once. The wife slipped and fell once.
You survived?
I did survive. Yeah, a few cuts on my feet and knee and stuff, but
that happens.
Yeah,
it's the price to pay.
Yeah. No pain, no gain, right? That was where we're at. So to those of you that are just joining us, yeah, we have a whole new interface we do. If you like it, say, you can stop by our Discord and say, hey, we like it. If you think it's terrible, which Marsland's looking at it now going, oh, God. You say it's terrible.
Wait, what do we have an interface on?
Marsland is our resident graphic. Like when we post a graphic or something, he's the first one to say, "Oh, can you change this?"
That's bad.
Yeah. So, just trying to keep things fresh as we move into what this campaign started in October, November of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So we're coming up on
long?
Yeah.
Wait, we're coming up on a year?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Well, you figure this is episode 36, so that's 36 weeks of played time, not counting the ones we've missed.
I have feedback.
I'm sure you do.
The dragon's not centered over Shadowspark Chronicles.
The image is actually centered over, but there's blank areas on the sides that are probably not equal.
Sure.
I think Marsland banged his head. He's gone cross-eyed, so nothing looks centered anymore.
I think it actually is centered. I think even down to the pixel. I don't get a lot of controls for centering. It's not like a PowerPoint or anything like that. So it's very done by hand.
Gotcha.
But we can take a look at that. That's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're back with you. We're ready to dive into it. We do have some, of course, we'll put out our September schedule here probably this week. We have some days we're going to miss because, Bishop, you're gone. Me and you are both gone the same week, I think, right?
I'm gone on the 4th.
I'm gone on the 11th.
I haven't even looked at that. You're gone on the 11th, 4th, and then we're both gone, I thought, on the 25th or 18th or something like that. So we'll be minus a player on the 4th, minus a player on the 11th, and then we'll all be back the 25th. Summer's rough. It's not like winter.
Wait, what's wrong the 18th?
I'll be in Michigan.
Oh, okay, cool. That means I can have a rest day. I will be coming back from a 10-day trip, so I'll
see it.
Cool.
It all just kind of works out. So We'll get that schedule out this week on social media. So preferably Instagram as we walk away a bit from X, Twitter, whatever.
Keep it sending over to me. I haven't been posting much, but get me that content.
Yep.
I'll put it up.
We'll get it over to you. That's what we'll do. All right. You guys got anything going on?
Yeah. I just learned something real cool as we were prepping for the stream. Apparently, Alberta, Canada hasn't had rats since 1950.
Rats?
Rats. Yes. They have a rat elimination program. They haven't had to deal with rats since 1950.
It's because all the rats would freeze to death.
That's, it's fascinating. And as we, and we're definitely tangenting off here, as we deal with more people from all around, we learn these things. Like we learned about the Great Emu War of Australia and the maple syrup heist of Canada, which is a big thing.
Now I'm going to need some clarification on the Great Emu War from Australia, because it's Australia, and it probably means that the emus were at war with the people coming into Australia, because everything in Australia wants to kill you.
Cliff notes: Australians wanted to get rid of the emu overpopulation. They tried killing them, and they were overran by the emus and lost.
Yeah, they literally declared war.
The emus declared war and won because it's Australia.
Something about they're so hardy that they can take a bullet and just keep going.
Yeah, just keep chugging.
It's a fascinating. There's some fascinating videos out on YouTube about it that are hilarious, but it's a real thing.
I mean, there's got to be a point where just the human species says, like, you know what, nature, you can have Australia. We're just gonna go.
I don't know. Let me go there first. I want to go there. So
I mean, there are kangaroos that hang out in lakes waiting for people to come in there so they can drown you.
Yeah. That's why we do hunting nights for Call of the Wild. We hunt kangaroo.
What do you expect from a prison island?
Yeah, it is a prison colony. Like,
the wardens were the kangaroos.
Somebody from England went to Australia once and was like, "This place sucks. let's send prisoners." Yeah. Anyways, let's get going into our next adventure. And I was reminded that I forgot the beer of the week. The beer of the week this week is Fat King. This is from Loaded Dice Brewery in Michigan for the half-ass beer of the week. And there's actually a couple different versions. There's the Birth of the Fat King, which is more banana forward. The Fat King itself is peanut butter forward. And then there's the Death of the Fat King, which is peanut butter, banana, and bacon.
So Elvis theme. Okay.
Yeah, all Elvis themed. So that's our half-ass beer review, beer of the week. They've got some video, or he's got some videos coming out soon where they went to a beer fest up there, Dow Beer Fest or something like that.
We're going to have to take a poll in some fashion on one of our social feeds to find out if the beer of the week should be beer flavored.
No.
Okay. All right.
No. Hey, I brewed an IPA for you guys for the in-person. That's all you get. Guess no more beer flavored than that. All right.
Finally drinking the key lime from Third Eye.
It's not bad.
It is tart.
It's very tart. Yes. Okay, and let me get this going here. Where we left off last week, the party traveled back into the main city, Candor's Keep, and began getting their things in order from being away for so long and introducing their new travelers to their home, taking rooms and finding their space in all of this. Oz hid in the basement with Crow when they had some unknown visitors, while Gwenton went out and collected the money from selling a home and returned. Marslin and Lomar were investigating documents, and that's where we pretty much left off. I can't remember where you guys actually were. I think you were all in the house last.
We were
all in the house. We were plotting to go to the tower.
Okay.
I mean, it's nighttime, so I imagine
we were all going to bed.
Yep.
We were plotting to go to the tower in the morning.
Exactly.
So Oz can be in the basement of the tower now.
That works. So anything you all want to do before you rest?
Nope.
Who has the documents currently?
You do.
I would like to pre-read the documents.
Okay. You and Lomar together, going through all the documents, finding out all the information that was available about things that they were searching for underground in Old Smyrna and the like.
Yeah.
Okay. You did a lot of that through the day, so you're good on your notes, and you've made notes about the conversations.
Okay.
All right. You all have a peaceful night rest. And you can have one rank of well rested. Was that 1d4?
I'll go look at the.
Go look it up and see what it says. But you can have well rested. But whoever wants to wake up first, feel free.
Says here,
I'm already awake.
It's 1d4 times their proficiency modifier?
What?
Should be plus your proficiency modifier.
I mean, I believe that, but it does say dice X their proficiency modifier in the document.
Okay.
Bum bum. Oz is awake.
I'll get that fixed. All right, Oz, you went to your room. Were you sleeping downstairs? Were you?
Yeah. I'm hanging out with Crow in her den.
Okay.
So come upstairs, chat with Bishop because I know he'll be awake.
Yeah. Well, I'm up in the Smith room.
Yep. Bishop, aren't you a little worried about all of the weight up here? We should make sure that one day you don't wake up on the ground floor.
I'm pretty sure that they thought about that in the structure of creating this house.
No, I'll bounce a little bit on the boards. Fair enough.
They creak a little bit with you, but nothing major.
So what will you do while they journey to the tower? Because you and I are not welcome.
Technically, I am welcome.
What?
Just because my hands were destroyed and replaced doesn't mean that they don't know I was allowed in there.
Well, fine. Maybe I was tempted to go and ask them if I could have entry, but they may have prodding questions. Well,
the only thing they could say is no.
True. Well, I may join you then. I'll make sure to wear and to cover up, so just in case any of those frost reaver are hanging around.
I'm not sure if they are actually here searching for you.
I'm not going to put it out of the question, but that ship is quite the omen, and it seems to keep following me.
To be fair, we followed it here.
Well, that's true. But my house was here first.
I understand.
Well, I think we should wake the rest of our colleagues up?
Yes, I am quite curious to find out what Marsland and Lomar found.
You think they slept the night before? I'm sure Lomar would be fit to be tied to go to the tower.
That is an interesting theory.
Let's find out. We'll walk over there and we'll knock on Marsland's door. And Marsland,
would you
you've
like
slept enough? Let's go.
I'll come open the door.
Did you sleep at all last night?
I'm in between. Occasionally my face would fall down onto the papers and I would let it sit there for a second, and then I would start dreaming about the pages of the books, and they would jolt me awake, and I would get right back to reading.
Interesting.
That does not sound like fun.
No, that sounds horrible.
Does it not sound like a wonderful dream? No?
No.
Interesting.
It does not. If I fall asleep reading a book, I'll stop reading the book.
Now you could possibly stop. Sleep is but just a obstacle in the path of being able to digest it all.
It's interesting. I used to think it was necessary for living.
It is, just like it is necessary to eat and drink. But they consume time. If you didn't have to do it, would you still do it?
Because I have to.
That wasn't the question. Anyway, is everybody else awake?
No, you're the first.
I believe you were awake before me.
Well, you're the first that Bishop and I have woken. Here, let's go rouse the rest of the party. And we'll go get... I'll go over there to Gwynton. Here, I'll get Gwynton. You get the rest. You rouse your friend Lomar. I'm sure he's already ready.
Where was Lomar?
He's with you in the room.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Lomar, are you awake?
Yeah, they're bunkmates. Okay.
I mean, when you walk in, there's like books and papers spread all over. The semblance of what room was there before is like hard to see, as it's like walking into a teenager's room, but there's books instead of clothes all over. He's kind of just passed out into a corner, propped up against the side wall, books all over him. And he sits, huh? What? What was that? Marsden, do we need to look at something else?
You feel like you've been able to digest everything that's been in these papers, these documents?
I mean, that is not maybe everything, but I believe we've covered quite a bit, enough to cover your discussions.
Please share with me what you found in your section of the paper of the documents that you pulled apart.
And he just takes and you compare notes for a while. I think I gave you the specifics of the stuff you found before when you were underground.
Did you?
Yeah, pretty sure. I don't have it up right now. But mainly the gist of it was looking for different artifacts and items from that time period where the Shadowsparks kind of were popular. Stuff of theirs is what was on the manifest that you pulled out of the underground town hall or whatever.
If you get a chance, if you could send that again.
Yeah, I'll have to find it.
Quentin!
Yes, Oz.
It's time to get up.
Is it, though? It's just a little longer?
Yes, it is. The sun is shining, and it is time to get this day going.
I'll get up and get ready to head downstairs then.
Okay. Bishop, what are you doing while Oz is waking everybody up?
Just going downstairs.
Okay. You're just leaving Bryn upstairs to rest?
Yep.
Okay.
I do not need her yet.
You look over her and she also just passed out, like welding goggles kicked to the side. Everything's just kind of sprawled out, hammer on the floor. But you go downstairs and all of you are now assembled and groggy in the morning light.
I'm going to stick my head down into the basement. So, pull up in secret passage, stick my head into the basement. Crow, don't leave the house, please. We'll talk later.
You feel something rub against the top of your face. It feels almost spiderwebby as you kind of take a step back and look, and it's just hair hanging down, and she's like perched above the doorway.
Mm-hmm. Did you sleep up there?
I like to sleep where it's safe. The floor is not safe all the time from the creatures.
Well, feel free. If there are any creatures in this basement, you can kill them and do what you want.
There aren't any anymore.
Bro, what did you find down there? It shouldn't have been anything.
What did you find?
Breakfast.
Oh dear. Hey, well, we'll see if we can get you some better food as well.
Yes,
we have a kitchen. You should go to the kitchen and look for food.
What is a kitchen?
It's where the food's at. Here, let me show you. And I'll show her where the kitchen's at.
She brings down and she starts covering her eyes as she fumbles for the goggles. She can't. The morning light coming through the house, and she hastily pulls them down and kind of looks up at you, and she's just got these big goggles on her face and looking around as she crawls past all of you and over to the kitchen.
Yeah. Please, feel free to eat at your leisure. And it's better than whatever it is you caught down there.
She kind of explores her way into the kitchen, looking and smelling different things. You see her pull what looks to be like a raw chicken leg out of some kind of cupboard and just starts biting into it. This is tasty. It is. We like this.
Omar, do you happen to have any sort of lock that we could put on my door?
I don't have one.
Aren't you a wizard?
I'm not sure. Who would, aren't we safe here with our things? I think Bryn is here and Crow is here, and I would prefer to stay here. But
please don't touch the books.
I'm still unsure about that one.
Crow is fine. She just needs direction. Crow, please don't touch any of the books.
Books? I don't need books. I have lots of work to do. Lots of things.
Marsland needs books, so if you could leave them in one piece, that would be wonderful.
And if it get cold down in my room...
It won't get cold down there, I promise.
We will find other means to keep you warm.
Maybe just one for the day for...
No, books are friends. Books are not heat.
We'll find you some wood.
You don't play with fire while in this house.
Also a good idea.
Crow hears and we understand.
Thank you, Crow. Maybe you aren't so bad.
She just kind of, still not real sure of Marsland, not a fan. She returns to the kitchen.
All right. Well, now that that's settled, shall we?
Let's.
All right. Where are you going?
To the academy.
All right.
I'm going to put I have my purple shawl on.
Okay. Anything specific from the rest of you?
I'll go to the academy with them for now.
Okay.
I'm assuming I've gathered all of the documents.
Yeah. Whatever you need.
Cool.
Okay. You walk down the streets. It's a typical morning here. People are moving about and greeting you as you move down the main thoroughfare. After a while, you enter into the main square before you head toward the academy. Oz, you do recognize that there are Frost Reavers here. They're not standing sentry like they were in Smyrna, but they are just kind of walking around, taking inventory, looking around.
Yep. I'll make it a note to try and steer around them without drawing any notice.
Okay. So you kind of make sure your face is covered. And go ahead.
Yep. Oh, and just as a reminder, Jeremy brought it up to me as well, and I guess we'll just bring it up. I do have the Cloak of Elvenkind on.
Okay.
So, I'm trying as diligently as possible to be as inconspicuous as I can.
All right. You blend into the crowds. As inconspicuous as you can be walking around with a giant metal ball.
At least he's not a barker for the local blacksmith today.
I mean, I could cast light on him again.
Oh, man.
To be fair, I was causing a distraction.
He was told to be a distraction.
That was great.
It was a great distraction.
So you... Oh, gosh. We're losing him.
He's dying. He's dying.
We're good.
So you approach the academy and you see the two guards out front, as always.
Good morning. I'm sure you remember me.
Good morning. Yes, of course. But as you know, we check, and he looks for the mark.
Oh, but of course, I'd be more than happy to show you. We do have a little bit of a complication here, though. My friend here, Bishop, he melted his hands, and of course the mark was
melted.
On his hands, so.
How does one melt their hands? It's.
I'll let him explain it.
Have you ever placed your hands in acid?
I can't say that's a hobby that I'm used to.
Well, unfortunately, not a hobby, but to save their lives, I did what I had to. And in doing so, I had to replace my hands.
We're very grateful for his bravery. In fact, I think it rewards almost a promotion within the Academy for showing such boldness and fearlessness in the face of danger.
Give me a persuasion check on that little endeavor.
Not even talking to the right person for a promotion, but let's go.
That checks.
Yep. Marsland's not very persuasive.
They just kind of look at you. Yeah. Unfortunately, you understand the rules, and I understand we have seen you here before, all of you, actually. Is anyone else not marked here?
And I'll come. I am not marked. I would like to humbly request that I speak with Drusilla and receive the mark.
Did Lomar come with us?
I can vouch for us here.
Yeah.
Did you want Lomar to be here? Because he was staying at the home, if so. If not.
Marsland.
No, we can. Well, it's up to you, Marsland.
Yeah.
I would have, or Marsland would have wanted Lomar to come.
Okay. I also do not have this mark that you speak of. How would I get this mark? And the guard turns to the other. The guard turns to the other one. Can you go get Drisk? I believe we're going to need an escort and certifications and the like. And the guard looks at him. Yes, sir. And he turns and goes inside the tower. If you'll wait for a moment, yes. So, how goes it this morning? A nice day. The chill is in the air. I believe winter is coming.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Who is Jon Snow? I'm not familiar. But
I don't know. I think I had heard that. I couldn't be wrong. It could just be rumor. Was that the name of the person that flew in on the big ship?
No, you must be talking about Colton Frost.
Oh, that was Colton Frost's ship. What is his business in town?
You know, it's not normal for him to frequent this area, and yet here he is, and I've heard he's setting up a spectacle somewhere in town to talk to the people. I wouldn't know what about. I'm not familiar with the person myself.
Probably nothing of interest.
Does Queen Nolesta approve of his presence here and flying a ship into the middle of town?
He's not causing any bothersome issues, and so far there hasn't been any dispatched guards or anything for rabble-rousing or other crimes.
So just flying a giant ship into the capital city is perfectly fine. I figured that there would be more control over that. Curious.
He has his proper permits, I'm guessing. It's not like he hovered over the city and dropped chemical fire over us or anything like that. It's just another ship once it touches water.
Well, you know for a fact he didn't drop anything?
The city is not burning, is it?
Good point. It does not appear to be.
You're so inquisitive today.
Usually we don't have to linger and be so far away from the books.
Well, with everything going on, security protocols are locking down everywhere. Just a bit more. And a few moments later, Drisk opens the door while the other guard kind of scurries out. Marsland, what brings you here?
Hi, Drisk. It is great to see you as always.
Yes, but what is this commotion? You've always just came inside, and is there more of you now?
Well, we have I'm sorry, this is probably going to create all sorts of complications with the paperwork for you and jumping through the hoops and everything, but you remember Bishop.
How could I forget?
If you might have noticed, his hands are different. He no longer has his mark. Oz has finally come to his senses and decided that he would like to receive the mark, and that I also have a new friend with me, Lomar here.
I see. Now, where did you find another one as yourself in these lands.
Isn't that quite remarkable? I thought so too. You don't see many
I also
of us.
thought it was quite curious that we happened to find each other. It's such a small world. I mean, not literally a small world. It's actually quite a large world, and there's
it's quite a few days of travel.
Definitely, and there's infinite planes. And have I ever talked to you about the 9 hells? It's quite fascinating because, while being a plane itself, okay. Which one is your guest today until...
Am I only allowed one guest?
Yes.
Who would like to come in with me?
I would love to go in.
Well,
I will wait.
Quentin, you're here with us, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yep.
Okay. You still have the mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Can each of us that have a mark take our own guest in?
Yes, but you're responsible for your guest while it's here. Bishop, I'll allow you a guest as well, because I can see from here you've been modified.
Pretty sure with all of us, that means everyone here can come in then, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say, Lamar's really... Lamar and...
Lamar.
It's who is responsible in the case of an incident.
I will take responsibility for Oz here. Not Oz, sorry, Lomar.
I'll be Oz.
Bishop looks at Oz and says, not it.
I'll be responsible for Oz.
This is like being picked for the basketball team.
Right? This is some definite flashbacks from school.
I saw what he did to the books in the last place.
Excuse me? What?
No big deal. Don't worry about it.
It wasn't my fault.
Who is responsible for Oz?
I will be.
Thank you, Quentin.
I'll be light stuff on fire later.
I do not wish to...
Please keep your guests close. You are responsible, and their actions will reflect on you. This way.
Lomar, you're going to have so much. Your mind is about to be blown as soon as you step through these doors.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. Just the stories you told me on our trip here is so fascinating that this... And he's talking as you walk in. And I can't believe that there's... Oh my gods. And he's just looking around. And then his eyes drift up to the giant crystalline structure that kind of illuminating the area, and the people floating in the air and reading books. Oh, which ones do I get to read first? Where do I get to go first? And he just begins trailing off on his own.
Lomar, please stay here. You aren't. They're a little bit of a sticklers here. They don't let you just wander and read anything. Fortunately,
yeah, but there's so many books to read and study. The knowledge. Look at the binding on that book. It has to be 1,000 years old, if not more.
You could spend 10 lifetimes in here reading. It's amazing.
Why didn't you say it was like this?
Could you possibly think of words that could
describe
describe how amazing
to leave
this
you
is?
Alone?
I mean, if you don't mind, we could come over here and read some books for a while. It's fine. And he begins to walk off again.
Lomar, I grab him by the shoulder.
Okay. Please keep your guests under control.
Sorry,
we have some other priorities currently, Lobar.
Yes, but Bishop, you see the books.
Drisk, I hate to always. I feel like we're using you, but could you possibly fetch Drusella, please?
Let me take you to a room, and I'll let her know you're here.
Dude, you're the best.
Marcin.
Oz.
Back when I was with my uncle, people used to request audiences with him.
Why are you telling me this?
One does not fetch the leader of the academy. One requests an audience.
Drisk, could we request an audience with Drusilla, please?
Oh, I thought Drisk was gone, and I was just talking about him. Okay.
Certainly.
Sorry, Drisk. We'll train him.
Not a problem. He just kind of grumbles and turns away, and he pulls a book out and opens it. You know what to do.
Lomar, this is where it gets even better. Watch this. And I go into the book.
And he just disappears, and you see Lomar's jaw just drop open. We get to go inside the books.
Yes, Lomar, now do what he did.
And he reaches out and like both hands right into the book and just he's gone.
After you, Oz.
And book.
Gone.
See you in there, Bishop, and I'll do the same thing.
Hold on, I'm trying to see. Did we? I thought we wrote. Found out another ingredient to the cure, but I don't.
It was that when because they were doing some investigation, into the small portion that we gave the academy.
I know, but I thought we found another ingredient that wasn't in the book.
Oh.
And was it in the notes from the people we got in the contracts?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Because I was going to tell Drisk about it, but I'm not seeing it in any of our notes.
Do you even take notes, Mike?
I do.
Hush your mouth or we'll never get another note again.
The problem is I have a 2-year-old who likes to take my notebooks.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. They need colored.
Yeah. And I thought we had it in the spreadsheet, but I'm not seeing it. But I'm pretty sure we found another ingredient.
In one of the books, it says that there was a new ingredient that was being used to monitor, and I was on volunteers for Briarfork.
Hawkweed and Gefnal is used as a delayer in the Sune's temple to slow down Mirrod's Kiss.
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
Session 27 in the lore tracker that Marsden said no one uses.
What about lore dumps?
Yeah, he deleted a file earlier, and I was asking about it. But
yeah, so I want to tell Drisk about that.
Also, Harbor Master Latina lives in a fancy room.
Because that was since he's trying to make a cure.
What'd you say the two things were?
Hawkweed and Gefnal, Gefnul.
Okay. That's interesting. A little different than what was submitted to me. But I wonder if they work together.
I hope they do. And I touch the book.
As you all are whisked away, especially you, Bishop, it's almost like a heavy sigh you hear.
Hey, he's trying to do good. It should be helpful for him.
Even helpful people can be annoying or annoyed. Your feet land on stone in a brighter cavern than you're used to. As you look around and see icy walls, where you're at, it's warm, and the stone is dark, almost polished like and like an obsidian, as you're in this protective sphere, just like being underwater. And the walls are just, the way the light shines down from a hole like in the ceiling is just gorgeous. And it's quiet, and the morning sun just illuminating everything. Snow falls gently from the hole in the ceiling and drifts down along the base of the protective sphere, so it's piled up just a little bit along the edges. Despite the cold exterior, the inside is warm and inviting. A large fire burns in the center of the sphere, and rugs and pillows have been laid out, much like the other room. To one side of the room is what looks like large pieces of armor stacked together, much larger than they would fit a humanoid, and it's been converted to an oven of sorts. Fire crackles under it, and the smell of bread and meat fill the room just a bit. What do you want to do while you wait?
Are there any comfy chairs?
I'm confused, but there are, much like the other room, there's like they're on the floor in kind of a circular place where you would sit before.
I was gonna take a seat then and wait.
Okay.
Same.
Oz?
Pop it and squat.
Marsland?
So, what'd you think?
I can't believe are we inside the book? Is this inside the book? Are we in a story? Can you imagine books come to life where you can see them with your eyes and experience them?
It's all of my greatest dreams come true. Unfortunately, Drusilla is very cagey about exactly what is going on here.
Is this a real place?
Maybe? I don't know. It is some level of magic that is above my understanding.
I'm
quite
pretty
fascinating.
Sure she explained it the first time we came through.
Did she?
Yes.
I thought she was very vague about what was actually happening.
These are privately chosen areas that cannot be spied upon.
Yeah, but are they physical locations that we teleported to?
Yes.
Did she say that?
Yes.
I don't remember her saying that.
Where's your notes?
No, I'm certain she did tell you that they are physical locations. I mean, when you're in the underwater one, there's fish swimming around and...
Yeah. Okay.
There's
Episode 2.
only... I mean, this seems like a great place to read. It's so private and quiet. Do you think she'd let us just take this book with us when we left and have our own little private room?
Oh, not a chance. Trust me, I have tried.
How fascinating would that be, though?
Maybe the Academy likes to believe in ranks and working your way up. So maybe in a few years, if you gain enough trust inside of the Academy, maybe you one day could get a book like this of your own.
The dream. Can we leave our house and live in the Academy?
I sure would like that.
It would be so nice.
Maybe someday. Got to set a goal and shoot for it.
It kind of reminds me of Rashan.
Which part of Rashan?
The library there, the books and the magic kind of makes me sad.
It makes me sad for what once was, but it makes me happy that it is alive and well somewhere else, and that people beyond Rashan also take great, magnificent pride in it. Rashan lives on. Even
in our hearts. He just looks at you as you say pretty much the same thing at the same time.
Excuse me, I thought that Rashawn blew up.
He's a rather coarse one. Yes, it is no longer...
Oh, I thought you had...
This is why I'm here, Oz.
Well, it's... You said that it lives on, and then I'm very confused. No, carry on. Sorry.
It lives on in spirit.
Oh.
It's a difficult concept to grasp. I forgive you for not understanding.
What lives on in spirit? You hear a voice coming from behind you.
Ah, you're here.
Welcome back. Sorry about the change of scenery, but the other book was being used, and I was on business. How was your travels?
Oh, we have much to discuss. It has been an adventurous... How long was it? A couple weeks? Week?
Yeah.
Month.
Weeks? Month?
No, it was about 2 weeks.
Time.
It was about 2 weeks.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, first, you'll notice that we have a couple extra people. One, Oz is with us, and also I have my friend here, Lamar.
Lomar, it is a pleasure to meet you. Another of your species here. Well, thank you. Oh, this is magnificent. I'm aware. And she greets him and... Oz. Why, I never forget a face. You've decided to grace us with your presence again. As a guest.
I would like to work with everybody else, and I am ready to talk, unlike the last time.
Yes, but do you have anything to say?
Man.
I'm sorry for not taking your invitation when we last met, and for being rude.
It is not lightly that I extend an invitation to join the Academy so freely, yet you rejected it. And here you are.
Mistakes were made.
Perhaps.
There is a lot that is going on in my past that I'd rather not discuss, but it seems over the past several weeks that you are very trustworthy. And for that, I again extend my apologies for declining the offer to join the Academy. And if you would allow me to join the Academy again, I would most humbly accept.
A request and thought I'll have to think over.
Thank you.
And Bishop, if my eyes do not deceive me, which they never do, it looks like you've acquired some new hands.
Yes, unfortunately, while we were successful in finding Old Smyrna, we were not as prepared as we should have been to creatures that may exist down there. And while saving my compatriots here, my hands were submerged in acid. So I had to replace them, which means the mark is no longer on me.
I noticed. And she comes over and lifts up one of your hands. Brilliant craftsmanship, though. Whoever you found to replace these did a rather impressive job.
Yes, I am impressed myself.
And she grabs hold of your arm, and you just feel something shifting. And as her hand moves away, you see the mark has been put back onto your hand. That should do.
I appreciate it.
And Gwenton, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you again, too.
I am told you've suffered some loss since last we've spoken.
Unfortunately, my brother did pass away due to the disease.
And speaking of the disease, what news?
Well, we don't have a whole lot of news on the disease yet. Possible have more ingredients to help with a antidote.
She sits down there with you, and you see her. She just kind of flicks a hand forward, and kind of a teapot comes over and fills the glasses in front of all of you except for Bishop. And she raises a finger, and some meat and a tray of various cheeses and fruits comes over and kind of sets down in between all of you. Lomar says, I don't mind if I do, and comes over and sits down, hanging on her every word. So you found things. Tell me, what did you find?
Well, at the Temple of Sune in Smyrna, they said they use hawkweed and gefnol to help slow the disease down. Not sure how that works, but...
Interesting. Quite interesting, actually. You see, Queen Olesta is growing increasingly more harsh towards the Grand Delegation and is pressuring us to find a solution. Interestingly enough, Caldera has returned from her trip and found that a temple in Smyrna has been treating the illness with some herbs. Nightshade, gefnol, hawkweed. It aligns with what you're saying.
Speaking of Caldera, if you have spies in the city, keep a close eye on her and Colton Frost. We accidentally ran into her on our travels as she was returning. As we did not know who she was, we had a conversation. She explained that she was working with Colton Frost. And from what we found out about Colton Frost, it matches the kidnappings in my home. I forgot the name.
Briar Fork?
Briar Fork. Oh, God, dude.
It happens.
It's been a while. I'm assuming that the contestants that Colton Frost takes for his test, those that do not survive, would be a huge experimental advantage for Caldera. We did find documents in Old Smyrna, contracts with her name on it.
Oh.
She is trying, it seems, to do what the Shadowsparks did before they were stopped.
Curious. Why would she be in Old Smyrna? What do you mean, Old Smyrna?
We found the library you told us about.
You did? Fascinating. What was it like?
There's some very rude ghosts in there. They don't like it when you talk. But other than that, it was incredible.
I'm sure in life they didn't appreciate you speaking in there as well. To be so bound that they keep doing their job in death. Dedication like no other.
It is honorable, even if I do not agree with their intentions.
How many of the books did you bring back with you?
Well, you see, I was going to bring more books back, but I made the unfortunate mistake of setting them down, and they returned all the books.
I pull the one book that I had left out. I found this very interesting as it documents something that should not have been in the library before the city was destroyed. And I slide it over.
She takes it. Yes, this doesn't make any sense at all. The dating on this book is well after the destruction of the city, and there were no known entry points. How would someone get into Old Smyrna to put this book, and why?
Underneath the temple of Selune, Sune, there is a point of access. In addition, the caldera was entering through an older, run-down portion of the town.
You saw her enter in?
No. Her followers.
Oh. She has followers.
They were known as daywalkers.
I don't believe they were known as daywalkers.
They were known as daywalkers.
Lightwalkers or daywalkers. I thought it was... Okay, lightwalkers.
Night man.
Yeah, God.
Hey, man.
Ruler of the
They
night.
are now daywalkers, so we've said it enough times.
I get that reference now. The Nightman cometh.
Nightman cometh.
They were summoning. They were in the process of summoning a most horrific demon, which we did fell at great cost.
I know that Caldera is disagreeable at best most of the time, but I always assumed that was more of her upbringing than it is her having worshippers and summoning demons, and it's quite fascinating a tale you're telling. What do you have anything linking these worshippers to her?
I have papers. I got papers. I have papers here. Wait one second. Sorry, I put them in here somewhere. Not that dry. Here, I have papers right here. I'll take them.
Okay, she takes them and begins looking through them. This is quite curious indeed. Why would she be looking for these things, these items, or this information, yet so actively be looking for a cure herself?
Great question.
Is a mystery.
So, were you able to record any of her speaking?
We tried to find her while we were in Smyrna, with no luck. It just happened that we accidentally ran into her And since we did not know it was her, the opportunity never presented itself.
And you say she's been associating with this Colton Frost that's made such a commotion here.
Yes.
He was in Smyrna as well?
He was. He was there doing the exact same thing. But I will let Oz speak on such matters as he has more information.
Oh, he'll have something to say then. Enlighten me.
He is my uncle. He raised me since he found me on his doorstep, trained me in a most barbaric way, probably the same method that he is training these Frost Weavers. My brother, Grizz, and myself were both raised from infant, and he is going, it seems, to be going from town to town, recruiting more Frost Reavers. It appears, from what we've heard from the guards out front, that he is planning to do some recruiting here.
Interesting. Any word on what he'd be recruiting for?
All we know so far is that in Briarfolk, his followers were kidnapping the townsfolk and bringing them to Caldera, but that is only evidence from the thugs that were doing Caldera's bidding.
I wonder what deal he could have struck with Caldera.
That I'm not sure.
He's your family. Could you ask him? Could you find out?
That may be a problem.
I see.
I have been on the run from him, hence the hesitation to answer any questions my last time here. But I have been on the run since I left the Frosthold Manor.
And will you run forever?
I see no point to return.
Yet you returned here, and before you saw no point to return either.
Yes, information came to the light, which caused me to reconsider my decisions. Could that happen for Colton Frost? Unlikely.
I see. And what if the Academy required your communication with Colton Frost for more information?
I feared you would ask that. Give me time to consider. That is a lot that you asked, but I understand its import.
I ask no less from those others in here.
True. But keep in mind, it may be the last time that you see me.
I hope that is not true. But sometimes sacrifices have to be made.
Yes. I will think on it. It is for the efforts of trying to find a cure and what's going on with all of these connections to the Shadowsparks. I understand.
Did Quentin make any less of a sacrifice himself?
Hugh was a friend. And through Hugh, I've met all of these wonderful people. those that I have vowed to journey with and protect in whatever fashion that I can.
You have made progress, Azadolf.
You knew?
And in your head, you hear, you know I've always known.
Fair. Well, consider it done. I will return to Colton Frost, and I will find out what information I can and return.
Don't be hasty or impulsive. Work with your friends. Find the best way. Knowledge is power, am I right, Marsland?
You couldn't be more right. It fuels the world.
That it does. Now, what will we do with these accusations and crimes or stories against Caldera? Do you feel we have enough to take it to the Queen? And would you be willing to stand before the Queen with what you have?
That's why we brought it to you. I do not have as much understanding of how things work here in this city. You said if we had enough information, you would back us. So what are your thoughts?
I will back you. There would be a trial. There would be a vote and a decision that would be made. The question is, do we have enough?
That's what we are looking to you to help us decide if this is enough to carry the burden of guilt. I'm not from here. I do not know, like Bishop has said, how your system works.
I have seen friends and acquaintances die at the hands of nobility, or at least go missing. So, to bring an accusation against one in a position of power like this, the evidence must be strong and overwhelming and impact those above her in such a manner that they would be forced to act.
I think we have enough to at least cause question and investigation from a higher source. I can take this privately to the Queen with your blessing, but we may need more communication from you before formal charges are pushed against Caldera.
If we could keep this quiet for the time being, like you're suggesting, such that it doesn't cause a ruckus and a stir throughout the city, that might be for the best.
I will rely on you all to keep it as quiet as I will.
I think I should be able to do that. I've never let anything slip.
Bishop just looks at you and Lamar.
I am sealed. I am like a closed book. Nothing leaves these lips.
Isn't that a bit of an oxymoron, having a closed book?
It is, and whoever doesn't open the book is a moron.
I see what you did there. Oh, that was a good joke. Unprecedented.
We're all staring at him.
Even Drusilla is just staring.
Tough crowd.
What will you do next? I have heard that they've made a bit of progress with the cure. We know no Hawkweed and Gefnel and Nightshade. It seems Drisk found traces of Cinderbloom as well. The problem is, did you acquire any of these herbs or learn where you could have acquired these herbs?
Unfortunately, no, we have not. But we have also not spoken to any alchemists either.
Well, from what I know, nightshade can be harvested from the Spiritwoods forest, if you dared to go in there. But Cinderbloom is extremely rare, if that is necessary. It comes from around the ruins of Tanis Simprum. Gwenton, you would be familiar with Tanis Simprum.
Okay.
Definitely some kind of words.
You said Spitwood?
Spiritwoods.
I heard Spitwood. Spirit patch.
And Cinderbloom?
Cinderbloom, yep.
You said the ruins of Tanis what?
Tanis Simprum. And okay. Gwenton, you would recognize that as there's some ruins in the northwest desert from Governor's Den. It is banned for dwarves to travel there because anyone who goes there does not return.
I'll relay that information back to everybody else so they can have an idea what that is.
I've heard those stories myself. Though I can't say I've traveled there.
Well, all I know is I never went up there. It seems like that's about to change.
But the last, what we feel might be the last ingredient, is one that's a bit more difficult to obtain. We feel that we found a strange ingredient, considering what the plague is, and Gwenton, what happened to your family member, but it seems that crawler bile is an ingredient.
Dumb question out of character. Did we not tell her that we found the book we found from Caldera's had a subject that said check levels of nightshade and crawler bile?
Oh, we did, because
you did, but they found it in the potion cure from
subject was disposed of.
Oh, they found in the cure that
check levels
the crazy
of
dude made
and crawler bile.
Mm-hmm.
Parents' Folly.
Yep, there we go. Test 38. Too much crawler bile.
What he's saying is the priest who made the cure in Parents' Folly used the same ingredients.
Okay.
So now it's like, how did he know what ingredients to use like that?
Yeah.
But okay.
The problem is finding it.
Do we know what crawler? Like
crawler is? Has there still been the rumbling throughout the city?
Curiously, not lately. We did happen to contract a team, not from the academy. They couldn't spare the resources. Just a team that needed money to enter the pit in the fields. I believe you are familiar with a hole that was created in a field, and
yes.
The team went in, and we haven't heard from them since. We were hoping to maybe acquire some of this bile for our research, but so far, we have not heard from them, and I'm afraid they may be gone.
How long has it been since they've gone in?
A couple days since they left.
It does not seem promising.
So we may have to find another team.
The creature that is making the tunnels is a crawler?
One of those species.
Ah.
That would explain what I saw.
You're more than welcome to try to get it yourself or look for the lost team, but I'm sure you have more industrious things to do with your time.
Well, the problem is the hole that you were talking about is the same hole that we believe caused you to get infected by the disease.
Yes, I'm not sure if it's still a problem. We've had our folks working around it for quite some time. I believe they even have a ladder or rope over the side to get into the hole.
You have not had any more symptoms from any of your people?
No more incidents.
Might be something worth looking into. As long as it's safe to our health. No.
Outside of that, I'm sure a chat with an alchemist will help you find the rest of the herbs. I feel like we are so close to a cure that we can start fixing things.
Do you have any idea of the quantity that we would need to collect if we were to do this?
Oh, sweet Marsland. All the Isles of Phrasia deal with this. We'll need as much as you can get.
By chance of a bag of holding we could use, to get as much as possible.
Give me a persuasion check.
Shit.
Roll well.
I got +0, so...
You better put guidance on yourself, you cleric.
Oh, yeah. Hang on. What's guidance again?
If Baldur's Gate has taught us anything, freaking
right?
use guidance on
15.
Wow. Forward, aren't you?
You don't have time to mess around anymore?
If you can agree to acquire these materials, we can part with a bag of holding.
I can guarantee you I'll get as much as I can from any of this locations we have to go to.
And
you have my word as well.
And please return the device. I don't believe you'll need that anymore either.
Yeah, we had no idea how to even try to disguise it to get someone to talk into it.
Do you give it back to her?
I mean, Marsland has it, I believe, so.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking up the value of a bag of holding. What did I just miss?
Give back the recording device.
Oh my god.
I will pull out the recording device.
You give it to her?
You're good as new.
She takes it and puts it in a satchel she's got on her side, and you see it just kind of magically shrink down and go inside as she reaches over on her other side and pulls one out, and she reaches in to it and pulls a few things out and puts it into the other pack, and I think that's empty. and hands it over to you, Gwenton. Now, this is contingent on you performing the tasks at hand.
I mean, we'll try as hard as we can to get as much of every ingredient we can. The bile is going to be interesting. We'll need containers for that, though.
Speak with Drisk. He can get you what you need there.
Appreciate it.
I mean, if you were to come across a live sample of a crawler young of some sort, that would be beneficial as well.
Do we know what crawlers are? Like, I'm asking both in character and out of character because there's like the things we fought in the basement that we have eggs for.
No, yeah, okay. No. You would know that crawlers are more worm-like,
like what we saw in the pit.
Yeah,
I didn't see it.
Oh,
I was the only one that saw it.
It's an Alaskan bullworm.
It's a graboid.
Right, basically, okay. Yeah. But you wouldn't know details of them. You just know they crawl underground.
Okay. Speaking of that, you want to bring up the weird pincer thingies we found? Hey, Mark, who has those eggs? That's not okay.
A couple questions. If you don't mind.
Well, sure.
Have you heard of the name Silverleaf?
And you see her look at you. Yes.
What comes to mind when you bring up the name? When I bring up the name Silverleaf?
And she hesitates. Immediately, the Arboreum. Why do you ask?
Well, it may be a delusion brought on by frog saliva, but we met a giant frog named Ogopogo, who is a sort of god in Old Smyrna.
Okay.
Now,
strange.
There is a point to this story, and upon receiving the blessing of Ogopogo, we, or at least I, received a vision, and the name Silverleaf was in the vision. I don't know if it was just because there was something induced by Ogopogo, but it has me curious.
She looks at you. The Silverleafs were royalty in the Arboreum for many generations. It is believed that they are no longer among the living.
I don't remember that from any of my training with my uncle. Interesting.
Curious.
Yes, because we were in the Arboreum. Well, that's something I'll think on more, apparently.
As will I.
Did we bring up the magical font, or are we not bringing up the magical font?
That was not something I was going to discuss.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Also, another name to keep track of is one Alston Rockfoot. He is the leader of the gang that is kidnapping people from Briar Fork for Caldera.
Interesting. And you see her pull out a scroll, and she's kind of browsing through some things, and she writes it down. I'll have one of my people investigate.
I got the feeling that he's not entirely loyal, but maybe for the right price, he could give you some information. It seems like he has also worked for Colton at some point.
Interesting. I will see what we can find out. If he can be bought, we have the means.
And I give her the exact location of where the camp was.
Okay. She writes it down. What other things did you find on your adventures?
Well, one thing that we have not discussed yet. We narrowly escaped being eaten by a giant lake monster. That was quite terrifying. I was exhausted for days after trying to outswim this.
I can agree. It was quite a large beast, and I am not keen at swimming. But considering the circumstances, we had to swim to keep from drowning.
Never mind drowning. We had to swim to keep from getting eaten by this thing.
Why were you swimming? Where was this at?
That's actually probably a good question. We got teleported to the bottom of a lake and had to swim up. And when we surfaced, that's when we encountered the fish.
So apparently we are talking about it.
Yeah, right? Here's another example of Marsden not knowing how not to talk.
Right.
Seed planted.
Teleportation from where to where?
I can't say exactly where, but someplace in old Smyrna. And I think it was the Sandalwood Lake.
Yes, Sandalwood Lake is where we swam up to and from.
Give me an insight check, Marsden. Never mind.
9. Cool.
Well, that is curious. I'm sure you've recorded locations and information about this experience?
Best I could in my own notes, yes.
I know I did. I made sure to keep copious notes about all my travels and experiences. Even the greasy one we have at the home that crawls around like a spider. Excuse me?
Jodokai is the name of the city.
Did you say that to her? Or are you saying that out of character?
Just do it.
The city that we teleported to was named Jodokai.
That can't be. I do want to get back to this statement from your friend here. But Jodokai was lost a long time ago.
Well, how was it lost purportedly?
Technically, it's still lost because it's underwater. In Sandalwood Lake.
It can't. There can't be any ruins. I was under the impression the city was destroyed. But to have an active teleportation...
Technically, it wasn't active per se. We, and I say we, but Lomar.
Look at Lomar.
All right,
it wasn't. I just had
here.
to.
Was
as there was
touching things that he probably shouldn't have touched. We have a feeling that the city was dropped on Smyrna by the Shadowsparks.
I have heard that tale, but are you saying it's true?
From what we have seen, it seems so.
Was anything strange occurring around this teleportation circle, either in the water or wherever else it was?
Now that you mention it, while we were in the room, there was definitely some odd stuff happening. It's painful.
And when you said giant fish, are we talking 1 to 2 feet, or?
Oh, much bigger.
The size of an island. A very small island.
Big enough for it to fully gobble us up in one bite.
We believe that magic is leaking into the lake.
Well, that is quite a concern. That can cause a myriad of problems, from mutations of any who drink water from there. Maybe it causes giant frogs.
This was no frog.
It's not a frog now?
Oh.
What we've encountered underneath Smyrna was a giant frog.
Oh. I was thinking of the fish still.
The fish in the lake happened to be a mutation.
This will need to be dealt with. Did Scutus mention anything of seeing these?
Just rumors. He is basing his information off of his family history, but he has not experienced what we have experienced.
He's a good one. I hope you treated him fairly.
He was very hospitable, and we did what we could to help him while we were there.
He knows no enemies.
I'm hoping his association with us does not cause him any problems.
I would hope that would be the case for myself as well. For you have visited me here and gave me a lot to think about.
Hopefully, you have loyalty from the people in the academy.
I have no fear of being betrayed by anyone here. But I must conclude here. If there's no other thing of importance.
I trust all of this information will be dealt with the delicacy of the Caldera information we have shared.
More delicate than a Velkin in a library.
Well, in that case, you might want to erase their memories.
Oh, I could.
We have experienced, as you've seen today, some things tend to come out because they do not think before they speak.
And what of this spider person that you've brought back?
Did anyone say anything about the spider person?
Yeah. Arslan did.
Lomar did.
No, Lomar
did. We encountered another group underneath Smyrna. They call themselves the Forgotten.
Well, What an eventful trip. I've been to Smyrna many times. I would have never suspected.
Be very careful if you decide to travel down there. They like to eat flesh.
I believe I'll be okay.
They also like to burn books.
Oh, that seems a little egregious.
Thank you. Thank you. Nobody else seems to think so.
We are talking about a group of people that normally do not come to the surface. So they do what they need to do to survive.
Survival is paramount to books, much like friends and associates are greater than books. And you see Lomar kind of backing up like
yeah. But of course they are. I have come to find this out.
I hope that the information we have given you today is very helpful in our moving forward.
Extremely. I will get to work on it right away. I do have one matter to deal with. And she steps up and walks over to Lomar. Welcome to the Academy. And she gives him the symbol on his hand. And if you don't mind, if we're done here, I wouldn't mind speaking to Azadolf before in private.
One more question real quick. When do I start to work my way up the ranks in the academy?
She just puts a light touch of her hand on the side of your face. Time, my friend, time.
But some time has passed, and I have not seen...
You haven't done the one task she's asked you to do.
We're working on it.
She did ask you two very specific things.
It was like find undead or something like that. Collect.
No, the find undead wasn't Drusilla. That was just like the academy.
That was the academy.
Did she put a new mark on Bishop's hand? And
not on my hand. She did on my arm.
Forearm. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, if you need to talk to Oz, I will leave.
We will give you your privacy.
I wish you the best. If you decide to help find these things for the cure. If you have questions, you know you can reach me.
I'm not saying that we really need anything else, but is there a more efficient way to contact you other than coming back to Kandor's Keep all the time, as that would put a lot of travel and wasted time between our goals?
And she looks down at Gwenton. I believe your god gives you a power to communicate?
I was just about to ask if you're okay with me using that to talk to you if we need help.
As long as it doesn't get excessive, and know that sometimes I won't be able to respond.
That is fair. So Margin gets to keep his little piece of paper for other things.
His piece of paper.
The one you like write on, you like throw it and it just goes to her.
Oh, the paper bird? Yeah.
Yeah.
He still has paper birds.
But those
are one way.
Yeah.
Then I will go and touch the book again.
All right. Yeah, I'll also go and touch the book.
I'll exit.
Lomar follows you and exits. Azadolf.
Drusilla.
I figured a moment of privacy might be beneficial.
I'm assuming this has to do with the silver leaves of my vision from a god frog.
What do you feel about this silver leaf?
It very well could have been something that's just been connected in my brain from whatever happened with the frog and the experiences I had in the arboreum.
Osdolf, if you are a silverleaf, you are heir to the throne of the arboreum. You are the missing son from the slaughtered king.
That is an interesting notion.
It is not a notion.
Then there are more questions that I am afraid you won't have the answers for. Most of them will come from Colton Frost, whether he's willing or not to inform me of them. He's always been very coquettish about revealing anything about raising me and how I appeared in his doorstep with my brother.
If this is in fact true, and this information gets out, your life will not be easy.
I am afraid my life would be in more danger than it is now.
This is a curious time and story.
The name Silverleaf was rarely or was never spoken around me.
You will need to look into this further. Safely.
I wonder if he was withholding that bit of knowledge about the hierarchy in the arboreum. Maybe. I wouldn't put it past him.
Tread carefully.
Can you keep this information to yourself?
I would have it no other way.
Because we don't know anything other than the dream that comes from a god frog. And that is not much to go on right now.
If, when you have time, you would like me to delve into your memories and extract what I can, things that you can't see anymore, you come to me.
Thank you for the offer. I will consider this.
I will mark you if you still so desire.
I do.
But if this is part of you you never want to pursue, do not speak those words in my presence ever again.
Agreed.
And she steps over and puts the mark on your hand. I wish you the best of luck, Osdolf.
Thank you. I am honored that you have given me a second opportunity to become part of the Academy. I will not let you down.
Don't ask for a third.
I won't.
We must be going.
Okay, and then I'll take my departure from the book.
Okay, the rest of you, you all zip out of the room back into the academy. What do you want to do?
I will wait for Oz because, I'm responsible for him as far as Drisk goes.
Okay. So you all wait. After a few minutes, Oz comes out. Oz, do you have any kind of look on your face? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No. Okay. I come out and I'll raise my hand. It's like Drusilla has graciously gifted me the opportunity to be a part of the Academy.
Okay.
And then I'll smile at everybody.
Now you're responsible for yourself.
Yes, as it should be.
Drisk comes over. I trust your meeting went well.
I believe it was very fruitful of information.
Well, let me lead you out.
Were we going to ask Drisk something? I've already forgotten.
Yes, before we leave, Drisk, can I get some potion containers?
Yes.
We need something to collect bile in.
Didn't they say they were going to get us a bag of holding?
I have a bag of holding.
Never mind.
She gave it to him already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How many would you like?
How many? I'll turn to the group. How many do you think we should get? If we gotta try to get as much of everything as we can.
I believe that would be up to Drisk. How much of these ingredients do you need to perform your...
I think I have 5 flasks on me right now. That would be a start.
That is what we shall take.
That works for now.
So he opens his pack and he reaches down and you see his hand go all the way down. He's about to his elbow and he's reaching around and he pulls out one and he just keeps reaching in and pulling them out there and hands you all 5. They all have corks in the top. They're
Wonderful.
Empty. Is that all I could get for you?
I do have one additional question, just for insight. If you're trying to capture a crawler, how would one contain a crawler?
An adult?
Maybe a baby? Do they lay larvae? Eggs?
They do have eggs. But finding an egg is rare and usually a dangerous proposition. But it's the safest way. If you happen to snatch a young that you can hold, I hope you can run quickly.
We look at Bishop. You're a fast man. Robot man.
I am also immune to diseases.
That is very true.
It is probably best that I handle the touching of said creature.
As long as it's not acidic.
True.
Acid is your weakness. But I think that is all, Drisk.
Have a fantastic day.
You have a good rest of your day, too.
And he just walks away and he puts a hand up and just gives a wave.
Did he lead us out?
No, you know the way.
Oh. I thought he said he was going to lead us out. My apologies.
So it seems that we need to speak to an alchemist about finding girlfriend.
I feel like somebody in here.
Gefnol and Hawkweed.
I feel like somebody in this group knows an alchemist. And the guy tried to buy Bishop.
Was he an alchemist?
He wasn't an alchemist. He was just
like a potion shop, right?
No, he was just
he's a junk shop, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Lucky Lester?
There are 2 alchemists in the city. You have the Bubbling Pot, and I'm just checking to make sure there's not any other ones. And you have Lucky Lester's Concoctions.
Lucky Lester's is the one I was talking about. My apologies, I just confused him with the other person then. But who knows of the Lucky Lesters? We all do, apparently. Wait, he was he the guy we took the broken pendant to?
I don't think so.
We threw that
on
it was
Hughes. Blessed B.
We threw that on Hughes' corpse.
Yes.
Okay.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No,
we sold that thing. We're like, this thing's broke. You want it?
Yeah, I don't think we ever went back to the enchanter.
So we
sold it to the enchanter.
Lucky Lester's is in in Newborough, and Bubbling Pot is in West Shards. So Newborough is closest because that's where you are now. It's because it's a high dollar area of town, and then West Shards is the standard place, like where Hugh lived.
With rare components like this, I would probably suggest going to the higher class shop.
You have been in both, by the way.
I don't believe Bishop has, but...
I don't think Bishop has, but someone has been in both.
We didn't have Bubbling Pot written down.
It was pretty early.
My guess is let's go rich blue man.
Lucky Lester's.
Taste. Yeah, let's get a Bubbling Pot.
Wait, what?
It's the party.
Lucky Lester's?
We're closer to Bubbler's Pot.
No.
Are we? No, we're not. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm dying over here. Just go.
How about I say you're in the middle?
We're going. Lucky Lester's is the high end one, right?
Yep.
Okay. The name doesn't say.
I have Lucky Lester's as we've all been there. If we're keeping up with who's been to what.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start heading Lucky Lester's.
I'm gonna go to Slightly Dripping.
Okay, you start walking. We'll do the Adventures of Marsland next week. All right, so you're all going to Lucky Lester's?
Yeah.
Okay. You walk in. The shop is extremely nice. A lot of brass fixtures and potions kind of displayed in glass cases. As with a lot of alchemy shops, there's typically bubbling vials and everything out in the main area. That's not here at Lucky Lester's. Like it's very professional. You see a halfling with bright red hair and golden eyes. He just runs over to you. Well, welcome back. Hello.
Sorry. We would like to find out if you have some ingredients or where you know where we can find some ingredients.
Well, that's uncommon for sure to ask about ingredients. But how might I be of service?
Do you know where we could find hawkweed or gefnel?
Hawkweed. Let me see. He gets a book out. And
what?
Fanboy Tone just resubscribed. Oh, and
oh my god! I was like, who just went vroom vroom into a microphone?
Happening?
We have a new dragon sound when someone resubs and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So, and follows. So yeah.
That sounded like a race car.
Right?
Hey, there's not a lot of good options. He gets out a book and he starts looking through. Hawkweed. Ah, yes. Hawkweed is in the mountainous regions. Sardin's Pass probably has it. Yargish, Dearney, all of those. I have a little. I don't use it for much. And you said Gefnel?
Correct.
Yes.
You said it was in Yargish and where?
Yargish and Dearney? And Sardin's Pass? Sardin's Pass to the north?
Sardines Pass?
Yes, Sardines Pass. That's exactly correct. Look for that, and don't stop till you find it. These outsiders from other lands. Anyways, Gefnel. And he's looking at you. I actually don't use Gefnel at all because it grows underwater in freshwater lakes. It's kind of a seaweed. Has flowers that bloom underwater. It's kind of a orangish purple color. Be careful. There's some sea life that likes to nest in them, so not always the best to go get yourself.
Well, how much would you want for the hawkweed that you have on store?
Hawkweed. All right, let me see. If you don't think I have an herb list of costs, you crazy. The hawkweed, I can sell what I have. They're 6 gold pieces each. I might have 10 of them.
What do we think? Does that seem like a good start?
We shall send the bill to the academy.
I mean, that is true. And Cuddles did redeem. I got 5 on it.
So all of you... or wait, that's... There's a coupon. Yeah. So...
That's 5 gold off each?
Yeah, you get them all for 10 gold.
Actually?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so, okay.
Yep, bye. Bye.
Bye now.
Buy all of it.
I think we'll take that for 10 gold, please.
This seems like a great deal. It's like good that you have beneficiaries that can supply you with money when needed.
Sometimes our overlords are very, very generous. Other times they take away a lot.
So they give you the 10 of the hawkweed?
Marlon, you give them 10 gold or am I?
I can give them 10 gold. I'll root around and dig out 10 gold and pass it over.
Okay. Is there anything else I can get for you?
Can you give us any definition of what Cinder... Or before I ask this question, do we know what Cinderbloom or Nightshade look like?
No.
Okay. Would you be able to... And then back in character, would you be able to give us descriptions of Nightshade and Cinderbloom so we know what we're looking for?
Nightshade is quite beautiful. You find it in the spirit woods, only at night, though. It's easier to find on a moon-filled night because the petals glow with a... They're typically blue petals, and they glow with a purple design in the moonlight. They're quite pretty. They're great for wooing a lover.
You said we need those on a full moon night?
Where the moonlight can... It doesn't have to be a full moon, but where the moonlight can reach them, it makes them much easier to find.
Okay, thank you.
Cinderbloom as well?
Yes.
Cinderbloom is extremely rare, and I rarely keep it in the shop myself. It usually goes for quite a bit of gold because of its rarity, but the petals stay closed except during a hot day. Desert, usually, I believe. But when they bloom, there's a burst of flame that emits from the flower itself and rises into the air. And at night, the petals close and the plants almost retract on themselves. They have red petals with a kind of a gold line that runs down the petal, and a gray smoke-like stem coming out of the middle. Also quite dangerous. There are some creatures that like to eat them, and those creatures are counterproductive to your health.
Most things are counterproductive.
That is true.
Okay, so Nightshade, Cinderbloom, Hawkweed, Caffenol. Do you know where crawlers like to lay eggs?
Underground?
Kind of figured that one. But I think that is all.
So you come in here to spend a little bit of gold on materials.
I'm going to give him another 10 gold for the information.
Well, I can appreciate that.
This is going to help us a lot with trying to find this stuff. Especially with descriptions and warnings.
Who's trying to shake who down now?
Can I help you with anything else?
I don't think I need anything right now. You guys good on everything?
I am fine.
Well, have a fantastic day.
Thank you very much. You too. And I'll head out. What time of day is this?
I mean, probably getting close to noon.
So we had a long meeting.
I was actually thinking it might be later, as time's a construct in a book.
Well, when you consider Oz and Bishop sleep half days, their morning comes earlier and they woke you up.
True.
It was still dark when we left the house.
You do not need more than 5 hours of sleep to function throughout the day.
That must be nice. How do you... Are you supposed... Was it Darny? Dearny?
Dearny.
Dearny, yep.
Dearny?
Yeah, Dearny.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I couldn't find it like on the little map for some reason.
Also the hometown of one Olston.
It is, strangely enough.
Sorry, I'm trying to more notes. Okay. Well, what else do we need to do now we're back in town? Also, got a question for you because you keep bringing this up. Are winters harsh on this island?
I wouldn't say they're any worse than a winter in Chicago.
Okay, sorry, because every NPC we talk to is like, it's getting cold.
He's saying we need to pack for the weather.
No, I'm just making sure you realize the time of year that it is, that we're keeping with the seasons.
It's time of year that's bad to wear full metal armor as a dwarf.
It gets stuck to you,
right? Okay. Is there anything else you guys need to do in town?
I do have a probably should check out this wandering undead that tends to be killing people.
As I was going to bring that up. Just when
released it.
As you know, we want to bring it up right outside a shop.
Well, I mean,
it's been killing people.
Yeah, people have gone missing, and this thing's been wandering the streets.
That's not good.
No, I agree. We should find out if it's the thing we released and do something about it if we can. Does that mean you want to head back to the graveyard, back to the mausoleum right now, or do you want to try to ambush it at night?
I would suggest going and resting until nightfall.
Oh, that sounds great, since I've only gotten about 4 hours of sleep. Woke us up so early.
I know, I'm quite exhausted.
I just want to go back and sleep and read books all night.
We were very deep into... We were just really plowing into the books and getting that information.
Your work is appreciated.
So are we just killing time till nighttime?
That's my plan. I don't have anything specific to do.
How far are we away from the church?
Not terribly far. I mean, it's just to the west.
Okay. If you guys want to go back to the house, I need to stop by the church real quick.
There is no need to go by yourself.
I mean, everyone's always welcome to come. I just need to stop by.
I'll go with them.
Okay.
Then just head to church.
All right. What's the rest of you doing?
Might as well come along for the ride as well. Don't have anything better to do.
I think I'll go back to the house.
Check on Crow while you get there, will you?
And make sure Crow has not gotten into any trouble.
I'll go to the temple with everybody.
If I must. And he nods and walks away.
To put in perspective, Bren's been with her all morning.
I'm sure Bren kept her under control.
I do believe you'll be lucky to have a home when I return.
I think Lomar just threatened to set the place on fire with Crow inside.
Exterminate.
So you all proceed to the temple and go to the high priest. He kind of walks out. He's out and about doing his thing. Gwynton, welcome back. I haven't seen you. I thought for sure you were dead.
Why would you think I was dead?
Remember, I have seen your test scores, my son, and let's just say they're not sterling.
Well, I do have some good friends backing me up now. They've helped me several times. Because apparently I'm terrible in combat.
You've seen combat. That's not really what your studies were focused on.
It's not, but as things happen, needs arise.
I see. What can I do? It's good to see you all again. Fresh faces, and the like.
I honestly mostly just stopped by to let you know that we're back in town. We're working on the ingredients that might have been used in the cure from what the Academy has been finding out. We got some more business in town before we go anywhere, but I do need to honor one of my brother's last wishes and give some money to a church.
Did your brother have a will or some kind of testament?
Just that letter you told me about, or you gave me. He asked me to do a couple things in it.
Oh, I see. How much would you like to give? A gold? 2?
I'll hand over like 250 gold.
He just... Quentin, this is way too much. This is... Surely you need this?
I mean, I still have a chunk from him selling his house and everything. I put money towards the new home I'm at. Got furniture. We've paid up the year on it. So I've spent the money to help my friends and everything. But I want to make sure the church was taken care of. Just for everything that you've done for my brother and me.
The church greatly appreciates this gesture of kindness. I don't know what to say.
Speaking of gestures, how goes your investigation of your missing missionary?
Well, he's still missing, if that's what you mean. Still hasn't come.
The people of that island are just outright murdering strangers.
I'm beginning to wonder if something didn't rile up the hornet's nest over there, and you're correct that it's become unsafe to travel there. I heard tales of giant fires and things that they were quite upset.
I don't think we hid any of that from him, did we?
I don't think so.
I don't think I ever told him, though, because I don't think Jade ever came to the temple with me. Okay.
I would caution against traveling that way anytime soon.
I don't think you have to worry about us going that way anytime soon anyways. But I don't have that, so I wanted. Go ahead.
Is there anything else I can help you with? Would you like to have tea or visit the sick?
No, I think we need to get going. We seem to have a plan for this afternoon.
Well, you take care of yourself, and all of you don't be a stranger.
Take care of yourself, too. I'm sure I'll see you again later.
I hope to see you around. Stay safe, Quentin. Remember your studies.
I'll try. Then head out.
All right. Where to next?
I think from here, just back to the house.
Okay. You all get outside the house, and you hear commotion in the inside.
No.
Bishop runs in.
As you run in, you see you see Bryn, and like her face has been blackened with smoke and grease, and like something has exploded in her face. And Lomar's over in the corner, and he's just holding his head. And you see Crow just kind of hunched with her hands over, and Bryn looks down. I told you not to mess with my things up in the shop. These are my things. You can cause harm to yourself. I know you don't know what they are, but you are to not come upstairs at all. I can come upstairs if I want to. It's my house. Oz said so. Lomar, yes, but you took my book and you burned it in her lab. Why did you do that? It was getting cold in here, and we don't like to be cold. We don't have to be cold at all, do we? I need you to not touch my things. I do not know why she does. Oz, thank you. Could you control your friend here? I don't like him and her and what she's. I'm all frustrated, and I'm going to the music room. And Lomar moves and goes.
First of all, we have a music room?
Yes.
Second,
you literally got a flute from there.
I know.
Yeah, right?
I'm kidding. And Crow, I thought we talked about the burning of books and the touching of books.
It was getting cold, and I don't like to be cold. I don't have to be cold, but I don't like putting myself in the burning ball of light in its rays. It's too hot, but her room...
What is Crow wearing right now?
She just has like a plain white tunic, like almost like a t-shirt on, and kind of the same with her pants. They're just a basic... threadbare pants, and I mean they're tore and such.
Bro, we need to get you new clothes, warmer clothes, much warmer clothes.
I think we all need to prepare for the season that is clearly coming.
But, I don't know, pretty hard.
Bryn has shiny things in her shop, and things that when you touch them, they go boom.
If something goes boom when you touch it, please do not touch it.
Crow, if I touched some of your belongings, how would you feel?
We share them. We do. You know that. You want to touch my belongings? I have some new spider friends to go with my mushrooms.
No. See, that may work back in old Smyrna. However... here, we ask permission. In other words, you ask before you touch anything. It's polite.
And Bryn looks over at you, Bishop. Bishop, she won't stop setting things up. I walked out of my room and an alarm went off. I don't even know how I triggered it. I did not see it. I don't know what it is. She's setting things up. She's driving me insane.
Bro, do you know how to cast magical arms?
I can set things up, yes, to keep us safe. I was keeping her safe in her room so she couldn't leave. We would know if she left. We would know that she was going somewhere, and I let us all know that.
Oh. Well, that's interesting.
As cool as that is, Crow, people can go in and out of their rooms anytime they want. If you're sharing this house, it's perfectly fine.
She looks up at you. You should not go into your room right now. I must visit it before you go inside.
Which one's my room?
Marsden's just gonna make a beeline to his room.
Marsden, that's not recommended.
You
don't
run
want to hear it.
You just hear poof. No. you go in and you're taking inventory, and nothing's been touched in the room outside of there may be a missing book or two.
Or row.
Crow, you can set up alarms and to know when anybody comes into an area?
Crow remembers when she first met all of you. She does, and you stepped in her little puzzle, and it affected you. Crow has lots of expertise in those kinds of things.
Yes, this is true. I guess that was you. Well, a couple things that we need to take care of, and one of which is getting you clothes.
What is wrong with Crow's clothes? They're nice. Look, Crow made them herself.
Let's get clothes that do not necessitate you setting books on fire in order to stay warm.
All I know is I need her to stay away from me in all circumstances. No entry to the upstairs. This is my and Bishop's place.
Crow?
Ren, let us see what we can take care of.
But Crow, like, sit up there. It's interesting.
I can imagine.
I don't care if Bryn comes down to Crow's room. It's nice and it's dark and it's beginning to have the aroma that Crow likes.
It's been one day. How's it already singing?
It's beginning to happen.
The shit's everywhere.
Right? I'm trying to remember. The house is like an open floor plan almost, right? Like the center of the room when you first walk in, just straight up, you can see both levels.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Brent, is it okay if she goes upstairs, but as long as she stays out of your room, out of the workshop, because, smithing.
Honestly, I don't trust her to be upstairs at all because she's destructive. I don't need alarms set on my doors. I don't need distractions. I'm working.
Well, Crow?
Us?
Can you please not go upstairs anymore?
Crow will not go upstairs, but Bryn is welcome downstairs because Crow extends the offer to Bryn because Crow is nice.
Yes, Crow, and you are clearly the better person for it. But until Bryn gives you the honor of going upstairs, please respect that.
Crow, I believe you were asked not to touch any books, yet you touched books anyway.
Do
you have to say for yourself?
They weren't important books. It was
all
nothing.
All books are important.
There was no pictures. It was just words.
There were no pictures at all in these books. It was just words, boring words, like the books from the library in old Smyrna that we took and kept warm with. It means nothing.
It does to them.
What does this house have for heating? Surely there's a heating system in this house.
Furnaces.
I think there's a fireplace somewhere. I'm not sure.
Sorry, that's what I meant by furnaces. I feel like every room had a fireplace.
I think there were multiple. Yeah.
If you would like us to buy firewood, we can buy firewood.
We bought firewood.
We have books.
We need firewood.
Bought some firewood, but we need more.
Crow, go get firewood.
I did buy some to prep for the upcoming winter.
Well,
did I buy clothes for people too?
I don't think so. I don't think we bought clothes for winter. No.
Or is it just like sheets and stuff?
Just sheets and furniture. Yep.
Okay.
Well, now, Crow.
Oz.
Let's go into town and get you some clothes.
I never been really out and about. We get to get clothes and we have to purchase them. We don't make them from things.
I will purchase them. Other people will make them.
Oz, I don't know if it's a good idea to have her walking around right now. Most people out there haven't seen somebody like Crow before. Remember the reaction we got from the innkeeper?
Fine. But she can't be locked up in the basement the entire time.
Oh, I agree. I think she could do with a haircut as well.
That's true.
She grabs her hair and just holds it.
Okay, maybe not a haircut, but maybe we could braid her or something, so it's not just in your face all the time.
Or wash it.
Step one would be a bath. Get the hose.
She backs into a corner.
I suppose I can go to the clothier and then pick up some clothes for her.
I think that'd be fine.
Yes. Is there anything else you require while I'm out?
$1 million.
Right?
All right.
Shoes? Does she have shoes? Are we just gonna get her entire outfits?
She does not have shoes.
No.
Crow, do you know what shoes
I mean,
are?
she basically looks like the girl from The Ring.
Moslin, may I have a clean sheet of paper, please? And a pencil.
What do... I think I might have a sheet of loose leaf paper in here. 1 second. I'll shuffle around and pull out a piece of paper. Hand it over.
Thank you. And Crow, please put your foot on this paper.
I was just gonna ask Bryn if she could like get some measurements for like clothes and stuff, because
But I've got a paper.
You could write them down.
Oh,
right?
Fine. Crow, please take your foot off of the paper.
As she lifts it up, the paper stuck to her foot.
Paper's gone forever.
I'll pull it off.
Bryn, do you mind helping us get measurements so we know what size to buy for her, probably what size clothes to buy for her?
Do you want me to touch that?
I will. May I have the tape measure? I can do it.
No, I'll do it because I'm earning my way here, but tell it not to touch me.
Rose, do as she says, please.
She comes down there and with a bit of a struggle, she gets the measurements for Crow and gives them to you. I'm going to have to wash all my things.
Well, that bit of untidy business done. I will go to the clothier.
Oh. All right, so you're leaving?
I'm leaving.
Bishop, what are you doing?
I will go up with Bryn.
Okay.
And see about cleaning up whatever mess that Crow made up there.
Okay. Marslin?
I'll go comfort Lomar in his lost book and assure him that we can find a way for him to cohabitate with Crow.
Okay. And Gwenton, what are you doing?
Telling Crow she's going to need to get washed up before she's going to get in the clothes that Oz is going to come back with.
Okay.
I also question if she really knows what the terms washed up means.
Nope. All right. So all of you go about your business. Oz, you bundle up yourself and step outside to go get some clothes for Crow. And that's where we're going to leave off for tonight.
Hmm?
It is that time. It's that time. Yeah. I've got some interesting things for post, for sure. So, after Oz yells at me,
leave Oz alone.
Leave Oz alone. Teen wizards busting out trapper keepers and trading spells at recess. Yeah, for real. Thanks for everybody for coming out tonight. Really appreciate everybody stopping by. We'll be here next week. We'll get a schedule out for September because it's still summer, so still got a lot going on. No B&B this week. They're still on their summer break. But don't forget to check out Half-Ass Beer Review, the beer of the week, which was Fat Elvis or something like that. I can look because it's in here. Fat King. That's what. Yeah.
King.
Yeah. Fat Man is a Christmas movie. Fat King is the beer. So that's our beer of the week from Half-Ass Beer Review. Let's see. Who do we got? We're going to pass you off to. Is that current? We really have like nobody? We don't have our normal folks.
Yeah, I thought they weren't streaming earlier.
Yeah, not used to that.
I have Blue Cottage D&D up.
I got them, so I guess we'll send you over to Blue Cottage D&D. We don't ever raid them, but hey, we will, because we're gonna stick together as a community. No fanboy, no. Hopefully Fanboy gets done with his house soon. He's been super busy. King Cuddles has been working like late nights in blistering heat. Summertime, for all its fun, is pretty brutal, for sure. So thank you all for coming out. We can't wait to see you next week. And until next time, we will see you in the dungeon. Take care.
The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you've been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, that's a mantra. Keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, I'm a monster. The end is upon us, I promise you novices don't want no problem with me. So watch how you talking and where you've been walking, they call me the BBEG. I'm more than a little OP, I do what I want to, yeah that's a mantra. I keep 'em running and gunning like Contra, yo I'm a monster. Turn it up. What you know about the final boss? I got him trying to buy time with the sign of the cross. I redefine high crime and the meaning of loss. I'm off hip, but I body like I'm playing lacrosse. Beat to the EG, I'm keeping them queasy. I make it seem easy, acknowledge me. I've been demolishing your cities, I'm astonishingly sleazy. I'm the big bad, y'all must be the cast. I'm killing a master, villain, a blast, a disaster. Really a rap bastard, willing to rap fast for the masses. I ravage all races and classes. Savage, I can't stop myself.